There's too many of you crying. Brother, 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 there's far too many of you dying. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving here today. Father, Father, we don't need to escalate. Oh, it's not the answer, for only love can conquer. You know we've got to find a way to bring some loving. Oh, yeah, today. Picket lights, picket signs, punish me with brutality. Talk to me, honey, so you can see what's going on. What's going on? Hey, what's going on? Tell me what's going on. Woo! Come on, man. Woo! Ah, baby. Hey. Everybody thinks we're wrong, they do. But who are they to judge us? Simply cause our hair is long. People, you know, we've got to find a way to bring some understanding here today. Picket lights, picket signs. People don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, so you can see what's going on. What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Wanna know what's going on? All right. Oh, baby. Ooh, what's going on? I wanna know, baby, what's going on? Na. Woo! I wanna know what's going on, baby. Yes, I wanna know what's going on right now, people. Oh, what's going on, brother? Tell me, yeah, what's going on now? All right. down a little bit, Eddie. Yeah. A little bit, right there. Here we go. Here we go.
All right, everyone, we are back, and I hope everyone enjoyed that wonderful video. Of course, it is the absolute Grammy Award winning song all the way from the 80s. One of my favorite artists, Mr. Marvin Gaye, and we're very, very happy to be here today to celebrate not only Dr. King and his legacy, but also a gentleman who has been in business for almost forever, and he has lost his life as well, a visionary, an artist, a writer, a producer, and as we continue to honor the entertainers right here on Variety Talk, especially those who have really supported our veterans program, we cannot or would not be remiss if we did not include Mr. Marvin Gaye. And on his 80th birthday, we are very proud and happy to talk about the fact that he has now has a commemorative U.S. postage stamp, and we're just really happy to celebrate along with Marvin Gaye and the world, of course, as he is being honored with this stamp from 1939 to 1984. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on someone, again, as we mentioned, who has been so instrumental in joining us with all of our topics, particularly that of Dr. King and a peace movement. So he is going to co-host with us today all the way from Houston, Texas. And so we're going to talk about the stamp with Mr. Marvin Gaye. We're going to talk about Dr. King and his legacy and what's taking place right now as we have lost another life, Mr. Nipsey from Mr. Nipsey Hussle, who has lost his life, a rapper in the music industry as well. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Dr. Wilson, a community leader and activist. He is also Archbishop of the Christian Faith Church, and he is the Archbishop for one of my favorite groups, the Buffalo Soldiers. So I can't say enough about this gentleman who stands for peace, and it is my honor to bring him on. Welcome to the show, Dr. Bishop Torrey.
Thank you so much, Ms. Linda. I'm very excited that you guys will continuously have me on.
Well, we're excited to have you on, and each time you come on, it's just a fabulous opportunity to learn more about this recipe for peace. The last time we actually had we were celebrating Dr. King on the 15th of January for his birthday. I decided that I would start investigating this wonderful, powerful, dynamic word, this thing, this entity, this feeling called love. And this is a gentleman who has taken this weapon, because I'm coming into a greater realization of this love that he used to actually begin to cure the world and to create peace. Dr. King has used love as a weapon, and it's just beginning to unfold in my mind as far as how he's been able to do that. And you, along with the police chief, the police president, have been working together with your organization, Thumbs Up, and trying to create unity and peace among the civilians as well as the police officers. So we can't think of a better person to join us. Welcome to the show.
Thanks again.
So tell us, first of all, let's back all the way up. How's it going in Houston? What have you been up to with the Thumbs Up organization?
Well, as it stands right now, just being at a meeting today within HPD, which is Houston Police Officers Union, they gave some statistical data, and I want you to hear this. The data came from last year to 18. Out of 2 million police community contacts, there were only 273 grievance and reports filed against the police department from the community.
Wow.
That's one. Secondly, out of 2 million contacts with the community, there were only 18 police-involved shootings. So those are facts and numbers and statistical data that goes with the work that everyone, not just myself, but everyone, from the police chief, each police officer, clergy throughout Houston, is trying their best from their own capacity just to bridge the gap between this nasty major disparity between the community and the police. And I wanted to give those statistics to say that it's working. I'm not saying it's 100% because things are always going to happen, but I can say out of 2 million contacts, to only have 18 officer-involved shootings, that goes with all of the things that we're trying to do to educate both sides, the community about how the police are humans, and the police to educate that the community is just as human. And when we do that, my job as a bishop on both ends is to be in the middle, to just hold everybody accountable. Bottom line. So accountability is the number one thing that we are doing in Houston for the most part, and it's really helping.
Oh, that is absolutely phenomenal, because, I mean, this actually is pretty new. So the groundwork that you laid and the results based on that groundwork is really a big deal based on those statistics you're giving us. So first of all, congratulations. It's well deserved, well earned from everything that I've heard each time you call in and share with us. What have you been doing to create these numbers? What have you and the police chief have been working on? I know that you did some sort of march the last time we spoke to civil. You went to the civil hall, and you did some work. What's been going on since then?
Well, it all started. One of the things that began the outward movement was this wristband that was created by HPOU and Bishop Floyd Lewis, and now myself, which came from and under Bishop Floyd Lewis. There was a wristband that was created called Pray for Police, and it started right here in Houston, Texas. When that went, it got so large that everyone bought in, even different presidents that were current and past. So much so we went from Pray for Police to Pray for Houston. Then it grew to Pray for Texas. And each time we did a march from where the HPD Union Hall is down to downtown at City Hall, and the mayor allowed us to come into City Hall in the inside forum and in the quarters and actually have prayer for city officials, for himself, for all of Texas leaders, and just many different things. Just to say, look, people say what they want. If you want things to be, I won't say fixed, but if you want to start down the right road of fixing it, it all starts with Christ. I don't care what anybody say. I know people will argue that, and I'm all right with that argument. I know from my life and what has been seeming impossible, the only thing that has created the biggest ripple and wave is following Christ and then using him to go into politics with the politicians and our public officials and our public union leaders, etc. But giving them their respect, the respect that they're due, but also them giving us the respect that we're due. And we're sitting at the table from a peaceful environment, looking at things truthfully and not the way we want to see them, and seeing how we can work together.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again. And is this something that you would actually be able to take across the country once you've reached a point, which it sounds like you have, of success with this program?
That's a wonderful question. The founder, which was Bishop Floyd Lewis, his whole plan and desire, he had a full plan that it would start locally and grow nationally. So yes, we have the curriculum in place. We just don't have the manpower. Secondly, the funding. Thirdly, the trust yet. So what we're doing, we're trying to really move this in Houston so it can become a model for every other city that wants to be involved. Because what we'll do, I would have to travel, me and the president, and go to every city that would want to implement this, and we would have to sit down and comb through just what elements within the community and the public officials that's going to be needed for the recipe just to get this started. And the number one thing you have to have in all this is trust. Because if we don't trust each other, and now understand, trust right now, given the climate of what all has happened in the past, what all the racial tensions are about, what all the economical tensions is all about. Look, it is what it is. There are things that have happened in this country that no one can just erase with an eraser or white it out. So when we sit down, we do not allow anyone, I don't care what race they are, to act as though what went on with African Americans in America wasn't a big deal. There is no way in the world we will allow that premise to go on. However, what we do offer is healing on both sides, which brings us to trust. We got to bring healing so we can trust each other again. Yes, this is not 1500, it's not 1900, it's 2000. And our job is to make sure that what happened in the past with ignorance don't ever happen again. How do you do that? By changing the way humans look at each other.
Amen. And with that, we're going to take a quick station break. And when we come back, we're going to investigate, speaking of that topic, and we'll do that a little bit later in the show, how that relates to the recent, I want to call it assassination of Mr. Nipsey Hussle, someone who was in the community trying to do bigger and better things. We'd like to talk about this wonderful stamp from Mr. Marvin Gaye, or that has been given in honor of Mr. Marvin Gaye. And then, of course, my very favorite, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So we're going to take a quick station break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Variety Talk live from Las Vegas. I'm your host, Linda Leak. We'll see you in a minute.